talk a little bit about the story of the day, one that's got me a little bit fired up. So, excuse me if I rant a little bit, but before the game, Brian Cashman said that Alex Verdugo gives the Yankees the best chance to win, and that Domingez was going to remain in the minor leagues. And I just have to say I disagree.
I disagree, Gary.
Name that movie. Uncut Gems. Anyway, so I don't know how you can simultaneously call this kid a potential superstar. And, we saw it last year. We saw him come up and just crush the baseball, and he was amazing. Not just home runs, too. He was hitting line drives. He was hitting doubles. He was running the bases. I don't know how you can call him a superstar and then say that Verdugo, who has been quite literally a bottom five worst player in the league this year, is better. Has Verdugo played some solid defense? Sure. He's made one or two big mistakes in the outfield, but I like his defense. I love his arm, but he can't hit. I don't care that he's 12 for his last, 30 or whatever. They're all singles. Like almost all of them are bloop singles. He is not driving the baseball. He's not a good hitter. He's gotten lucky. And he doesn't have anywhere near the bat speed that Domingez has. He doesn't have the switch hitting ability that Domingez has. He loafs down the first baseline. And I can't believe that Cashman thinks that, if he really does think that Verdugo's a better player than Domingez, I'm just in disbelief. You know what's going to happen? They'll either call him up in a couple of weeks and he'll mash and we'll all realize, or Cashman will finally realize what we've all known, is that the team unduly suffered with Verdugo in the outfield and Domingez in the minor leagues. Or they won't call him up because of Cashman's ego and not wanting to look bad. And they'll sink Dominguez's confidence and stunt his growth during a critical period of his career and development. Unbelievable. I can't take it with Cashman anymore, man. I'm beside myself, and I think I'm officially on the get rid of Cashman train. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I myself am increasingly ready to hop on that train with you. I've tried to remain level-headed with Cashman. I think he's a great GM. He's always putting the Yankees in contention. But to be honest, it is kind of hard for me to believe that Cashman really does think that. I can't see that he actually thinks that Verdugo is the better option than Domingez right now, because it just takes one quick look at the numbers. There's no underlying metrics or underlying numbers that are going to tell you that Alex Verdugo should be playing over an elite prospect right now. But I mean, I could be wrong. And if Cashman really does think that, Verdugo is the right guy for the job right now and not Domingez, then Cashman's job security should correspond with Verdugo's performance the rest of the way. If Verdugo is not going to perform for the rest of this month, if he's not going to perform in the playoffs, you might want to fire Brian Cashman. I don't know how likely it is that happens, though, because we know how much Hal Steinbrenner adores Brian Cashman. They're best friends. They've known each other for 30-something years now. He trusts him. Cashman always gets him into the playoffs, and that's really what Hal wants out of this team. He just wants him to make the playoffs. Of course, he wants to win a championship, but playoffs is what brings in the money at the end of the year. But for years, we've heard a lot of fans say that the Yankees are analytically driven, that they're too analytically driven. They rely on it too much. Had the whole thing where, they did the audit last year on the analytics department after that whole extravaganza. But this situation, to me, continuing to play Verdugo and not bringing up an elite prospect who mashed when he came up last year and is mashing in AAA right now, that tells me that the Yankees aren't analytically driven enough and that they might not be analytically driven at all. I mean, it should show you that, you just take a quick look at the numbers. Since June 1st, Alex Verdugo is batting .221 with a .589 OPS and a 66 WRC plus. That's awful. Domingez in AAA, batting .313 with .868 OPS and 125 WRC plus, has homered 3 times in his last 5 games. It couldn't be more clear to me. And, I think as fans, we should be a little bit insulted. Our intelligence should be a little bit insulted because the Yankees tell us they're putting a championship caliber product on the field. Right now, they're not, because their best players aren't on the field.
If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and give us a subscribe. It helps other Yankees fans find the channel. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms and social media. Join the community, have some fun. We're here after every game. This is Pinstripe Territory.